Hello, welcome.
Hi,
We
hi.
are going to talk about the daily Stoic entry for today. To remind us, today is May 22nd. Oh my gosh! We have a double quote today.
Wow, like a bonus or something. Very cool.
I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the Daily Stoic book.
Okay. It's a double quote. Very good.
And today's the day. That's the name of the entry. So today's the day that you get a double quote. We have one quote by Marcus and one quote by Seneca. Marcus Aurelius says, "You get what you deserve. Instead of being a good person today, you choose instead to become one tomorrow." You get what you deserve. Instead of being a good person today, you choose instead to become one tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do you take from that? I don't know what I take from this.
Kind of like you get what you deserve, aka if you focus on being everything will start tomorrow, you'll never get there.
Okay.
So there is a thing about like I have to start something not just today. I have to start something now.
Yeah.
I have to decide on it now. Now is the time where I'm saying, going forward, I will try to do this. You don't have to, but you are this like the decision, right? Versus like, starting tomorrow. Like that's the perfect excuse for actually not stopping or starting your habit. To say, I'll do it tomorrow.
And so when he's saying like you get what you deserve, kind of like you brought this shitty luck onto yourself by pushing everything off until tomorrow.
Yeah. And maybe it's not luck, because if this is actually like a method to be a lot more lucky by doing it today.
Yes.
Yeah, or
that's what I meant by shitty luck, bad luck.
Yeah, so good luck. Good luck would be to do it the other way, aka do it.
Yeah, you put yourself in the better position to acquire good luck by
There's still prioritization of things. Like you can say, well, I will do it tomorrow, but then do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow is now. Today, and today I gotta do this.
Cannot turn into tomorrow again. Tomorrow is not an ever evolving target. Like tomorrow is like a day in the calendar.
I like that, because that's almost like there's almost like a cool rule of thumb or a tool to say like you cannot I cannot postpone something twice. Or something, like I can say, hey, I'll do that tomorrow, but tomorrow I can no longer say I will do that tomorrow. Like that would be a cool rule to kind of live by. And you may have to not do that tomorrow, but then you definitely know about it, that you already postponed it twice, and geez Louise, you better then do it on that third day, because then you're back into not doing that.
Okay, so this second quote in here is, cool. Are you okay to move on?
No, yeah, that's great. It's just like kind of, it's like setting in. I'm like, yeah, this, like, let's go do it now. That's
good.
Inspirational.
Are you familiar with the play Medea? It's like an old play. I think Seneca was the playwright of
Medea? It. Yeah, there was, that's what I thought. But then also I was thinking about some other thing, some movie or series or something.
The plot of Medea is like totally escaping me right now. It's about a mother, and does she have sex with her kids or murders her kids or something crazy?
Of course.
I just didn't realize that, and that's like embarrassing for me to even say what I just said, but I didn't realize that Seneca is apparently the playwright of this.
The playwright, okay.
So this is actually, his quote is from his play Medea. "I don't complain about the lack of time. What little I have will go far enough. Today, this day, will achieve what no tomorrow will fail to speak about. I will lay siege to the gods and shake up the world. Okay, it's kind of saying the same thing, but like, I don't complain about the lack of time. What little I have will go far enough. That's a really cool thing. Because it's acknowledging that it is small. Like, I think there's like this part of the human condition, at least for me, is like this, like, oh, like
it's so big.
24 hours is not enough time to get everything done that I want to get done. It does feel small. And so I like that it's acknowledging that
it is small,
I don't have that much of this, but I have enough. It will go far enough. It will like it will hold within it everything that is critical and important.
100% I agree. Yeah, because it's almost like, like how you said that. It was great because this whole thing where we are, life, planet, whatever this is, this reality where we are, the system that exists is designed to fit in enough that we can actually achieve our goals in some way. Like it wants to move. Like that also Gendlin was talking about that. Like it wants, like there is that system that we are in wants to move forward. Even though if things might feel stuck, they wants to move forward. So it just how you said that, something in there was like reminding me of that. Like, yeah, that's fun. It's great.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard something acknowledge that like life is short, like we don't have enough time, but we have enough for everything that matters. And I like both of those coming together in the same point of view.
And when I'm saying like it wants to move forward, what I mean by that is like new things are coming, but things that you have are leaving. So there's always enough space in there for that thing that's going through it or something. You know what I mean? Like
and the thing that's going
because
through
it's
it
not
is...
getting stuck in here and accumulating. No, it is releasing it, and that space in this design thing that this system is designed to be enough. Now, sometimes it might feel like it's not enough, right? Because people are like, oh, never have enough time, never have enough, whatever. But
just because like you have enough for what's important doesn't mean you have enough for like everything that somebody wants you to do or like everything that's on your calendar.
It's almost like it's optimal. It's optimally set, and now we can mess around a little bit with the optimal state to be overwhelmed with things or be underwhelmed with things. Like, oh, I never do anything. Oh, this guy's totally overwhelmed. Right?
Yeah, so like like it's still important to have a process to get unoverwhelmed. To say like, hey, I have 50 things on my list of things to do, and the way they're all laid out right now, they have to be done on this and this date, and they're all super critically important. And so there still needs to be like a process for figuring out what all of that is, because this is not to say that there's enough for like everything that my house needs me to do, that my spouse needs me to do, that my kids need me to do, that my boss needs me to do. All of that still needs to be managed, and some of that needs to be thrown out or rescheduled or delegated to so and so. So you know what I mean? And so like this is still an obligation that I have to be a good manager of that time.
Yeah, with the priority and with all of those different tools that can help to figure out what you should be actually focusing on, or I should be focusing on, like having, and that's that discipline calendar type of a thing that's help. Those are those tools to help us fill this time or the short whatever this is with the most priority, the most quality things from the other day, right? From fill it with the most quality items or something.
Right. My boss said that like when she gets really overwhelmed, her and the CEO will like just take an afternoon and write down everything that's on her plate in a spreadsheet, and then they'll look at like, okay, what can I move in the calendar? And like sometimes they'll find even like this can be pushed out to next year, like literally next year. This does not need to be done this year. It just like got into my calendar somehow, and I got at 70% of the way, and now I'm pushing on it, but like these other urgent things are popped up randomly. So like there's a lot of shit that they can move later, and then there's a lot of stuff they can delegate, and then they're left with like a much smaller list that now it's like this priority and this priority and this priority. And she's like, I go into the meeting feeling like the most stressed out that I've ever felt, and I leave the meeting just feeling like a wave of relief going through me.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like I was how we were saying, like there's stuff that's coming, and then the stuff that's leaving, and then that space is enough for everything. But what ends up happening is like if we keep moving things to tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, then those things are actually not leaving, and so that's when all this stuff that's coming, it can it will feel like it's totally backed up, even though during that time, during that most backed up feeling, there is still enough space for all of it in there, you know. And so maybe when we get to a boundary of we've never been, of how much that space is filled and how much this is bunched up and how much more this is coming, and we've never been in that that space that's so full, when we are at that edge, we're like, oh my God, I've never been here, this is gonna break. But there is enough space there to continue to somehow work in the way that you can come back and start clearing all this stuff out and help that system to get
there's space to reorganize everything.
Yes.
And that's what that meeting is for them, is like the reorganization where they're able to move some of the accumulated stuff out. And so now it feels like the flow has been restored of like
and this is kind of like what you were saying about your gig over there, that when she moved it to like next year, all of a sudden, like I don't have to now. I don't have to deal with it now. There's more space.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
So we need to also let go of things in order for us to feel more free.
Yeah, and to focus on the thing that's in front of me, because otherwise I'm distracted by the accumulation of things is one of the most distracting things for me. It's like I can't focus on anything because I'm like 60% of my brain is like trying to figure out what the heck that whole like nebulous ball of craziness is.
Okay.
Are you
yes
you ready for Ryan? Okay, we're gonna read Ryan. We almost always know what the right thing is.
Yeah.
We know we should not get upset, that we shouldn't take this personally, that we should walk to the health food store instead of swinging by the drive-thru, that we need to sit down and focus for an hour. The tougher part is deciding to do it in a given moment. What stops us? The author Stephen Pressfield calls this force the resistance. As he put it in The War of Art, we don't tell ourselves, I'm never going to write my symphony. Instead, we say, I'm going to write my symphony. I'm just going to start tomorrow. Today, not tomorrow, is the day that we can start to be good.
Yeah. Like, start my symphony today. That's what I'm going to start my symphony today.
This like a plan.
Sounds like a symphony is going to be here soon.
Start my symphony.
Anything on this? Because they were very related to each other.
Very
yeah,
much.
I mean it's like the same quote by the other people, but by two different folks from two different eras. But
Everything. I don't have
Okay.
anything accumulated.
Yeah.
It's all moved out.
Beautiful. Oh yeah. Doesn't it feel like that? That like it's so nice, like when that stuff.
I mean, this whole week felt like this whole week was really frustrating for me because it felt like I was trying to get shit done today, and it was like the whole universe was conspiring for me to not get it done today. And so it's like every day I'm like, I'm gonna get this done today. I'm gonna get this done today. And then 6 crazy things would happen. I'd be like, well, I can't get this done today. Like, and I'm not the blocker on it. There's like blockers outside my control. Everybody's aware of the blockers. It's just like sometimes you have freaking blockers, right?
Yeah.
And so like this whole week was like, I'm gonna do it today. And I get to the end of the day, fuck, I have to wait till tomorrow. And this is like 4 days. I'm still not done, but now that we're going into the weekend, I am feeling a little bit just like I'm gonna have a break. I got like this much forward movement this afternoon, and it felt like such a relief because it felt like this whole week I was just building up this accumulation of I'm gonna have to push this out to tomorrow. And like psychologically, this represents like one more day this project is going on in this fashion, and like one more day I'm gonna have to live under this pressure and all this kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, because the more that, again, once the space starts filling up, now it's like, like maybe it's like I can handle it, but I don't like it. And like now it's like
And
every day for maybe a few months, maybe years. Ooh,
seriously.
you know, so that whole thing of clearing something out off of your thing is like that's the tool to use to clear that. My buddy Eric, we were talking about something, and he said something like you can't accept. Sometimes you get to a point where you can no longer accept new things in your life because your life is too full, and so no new opportunities on the horizon, and you can't take it because you say my whole thing is full. And so he was kind of saying like, like if you first work on some things that you can let go from your life, and then like not focus on them, whatever they are, right? Some waste timers or whatever. All of a sudden now there's a space for those new things to show up, and now you can accept them. And now your life is actually changing with that. So the letting go of some of those things, like it's like super vital to actually even grow and stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And like this thing that I'm dealing with at work is not like me not letting go of it. It's like the universe has it on my shoulders, and the universe is saying you deal with this for one more day.
Oh, sure.
And so this is actually more related to like whatever we read yesterday.
You don't have necessarily control to
let it go. Like I wish I would let it go. Yeah. Like if it were up to me, I would have let this freaking go on Monday.
You could, but then it's it would be a dramatic letting go, aka like I quit.
Yeah, something like, and it's
but that's not
need not go there.
It's not there.
Yeah, so this is actually more like relevant to what we were talking about yesterday with like, okay, this is what I'm training for. I'm like training to stay another day in this uncomfortable zone of having things be stuck in this place of like, it's like the progress is not happening today. The progress is happening tomorrow. And it's like this uncomfortable position for me to be in.
Yeah. It's almost like, it makes you almost uncomfortable that it cannot be done today. It's can it be done today, please?
Come on. Okay. See you soon.